Ooh. To recap where we last left off, um, we are interrogating a guy that's in here because Shirt or Turlock Sholmes was like, "Oh, you are suspicious because of the code and scissors that you have in your hand." And he wanted to have a look in the suitcase because we suspect that there's a potential body in the suitcase or something because we heard a scream inside this particular room, in that particular room or whatever. Um, and we are in it right now. And this is the room that's uh, next door to our room. So we're just investigating to see what the hell happened inside here, what that scream was, and things like that. And it's like some weird dude, so that's in there. Legit, since our rank game, I've had ideas. I want to call your outfit gothic. God, no, like, but this is not like I usually wear. Like, this was like literally my high school and college wear. But just ever since the pandemic and stuff like that, like I just lost all motivation to just dress up. Like I just dress like however. Wow, I just dress whatever. But anyways, let's start. Just let me know if this is too loud or too low. Susato-san, that wasn't one of the great deductions I've been hearing so much about, was it? Well, the stories are full of Mr. Sholmes' brilliant deductions, you know? But that did seem a little different somehow. Oh, different, you say? Excuse me, Mr. Sholmes, could you come over here a moment? Pray, what can I do for you? Oh, okay. You are a sham, sir. It's about your deductions. Would you mind? Not at all. Oh, let me make sure that I have... Well, to start with, there's the newspaper article. I think we had the same discussion before, but these two men look nothing like each other. I mean, they got the beard, the nose is pudgy, but they kind of look similar, yeah? Ah, yes, I recall our discussion earlier. And at the time, I believe I told you... Hi, Breland, hello. That the man is a revolutionary. Well able to revolutionize his own appearance. Yes, so he got plastic in this era, by the way, because we're like in way back when. So you're saying in this era, he just happened to get plastic surgery. In fairness to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Roylott does look more like this man than you do. That's not the point. And another thing, the part about him abducting the ballerina. Indeed, a truly startling revelation. At first glance, the case would appear too small to accommodate a young woman. Not just at first glance, it is too small, clearly. You'd be lucky to fit a 5-year-old child in that case, even if you pushed it really hard. I don't suppose the missing ballerina is a 5-year-old child, is she? You mean you don't know? No, the young lady is 15. No, I didn't know. How could I? And thank you, Salty fans. And how is the volume? Is it just right? Is it too high, too low? So I can adjust that. Well, if she's 15, then 10 years worth of her would be poking out from that case. Some years ago, I read something pertinent, I believe. Alright, thank you, Chaos. A troop of men consuming vinegar daily in order to promote a certain litheness? lengthness in their bodies. Vinegar. For such a sour bunch, it would surely be simplicity itself to contort oneself into the confines of that small case. Look, she look, okay, she's a dancer, so yeah, she could be flexible, but it's like Susato said, it's contortionists that are in circuses that literally practice just making their bones jelly so they can fit into awkward things, Mr. Sholmes. Oh dear, you might be thinking of contortionists in the circus, Mr. Sholmes. This whole thing is turning into a circus. Mr. Naruhodo, something's occurred to me about Mr. Sholmes' deductions just now. I think his powers of observations are, well, magical. His eyes cut to the heart of a matter almost instantly. It's just where he directs his attention and his logic that seem a little off. Your idea of a little may be a little off itself, Miss Susato. No, he's way off. Super off. It's just one or two key words in his deductions that seem to let him down. So I was wondering if we might perhaps tactfully switch them for alternatives. What do you think? Switch some key words in his deductions. Yes, but very tactfully. I feel sure if we could do that, we'd unlock the true genius of Mr. Sholmes' great deduction. Precisely the thought that was going through my own mind. This man is a lot of work. Yeah, you are a piece of work, Mr. Sholmes. At times, I wonder how anyone puts up with me. Right, yeah. I'm barely putting up with you, sir. It's not that funny. Oh, and you, my good fellow. Sorry. Take a moment to look at your wrists. My wrists? Wait, what? When did that happen? When did that happen? Where are your handcuffs? How did... I felt they may hinder your ability to follow me in our dance of deduction. I don't believe it. Mr. Sholmes, you are a marvel. And don't worry, I shall restore the shackles to your wrists when we are... Okay, look. See, how about you not restore the shackles? You need to back the fuck off with that. I'm not worried. In fact, I'd rather stay like this. So, let us begin. Sherlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Oh. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Ooh, okay, I like this. Alright, so the dubious looking Russian Mr. Roylott, obviously what catches the eye in the first place. Right. Is the enormous pair of shears in your hand. Okay. Now we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want with such an implement? The answer, of course, is staring us in the face. You are on the verge of using the shears to cut away the copious beard you sport. I'm not sure. Would you really use shears like that to cut off a beard? No. You would use that to kill a bitch. To kill a bitch dead. Like, that bitch is dead if you use that shit on them. You would use that to kill a bitch. And hi, Silent Teen. How's it going? See, I doubt that's something I'll ever have to worry about. It doesn't quite sit right with me, though. It doesn't seem to be sitting right with Mr. Roylott either. Which means I suppose that the deduction is wrong. Let's try to switch a keyword here. Naruhodo-san, and see if it helps matters. What? Alright, but how? I think we should start by taking a long, hard look at Mr. Roylott. I wonder if it's really his beard that he intended to use those shears on. Exactly. If we do manage to find something that seems to fit the sense of Mr. Sholmes' deduction better, then what? Then I'll leave the rest in your capable hands, Naruhodo-san. Why am I the one to do something about this? Well, anyway, let's see if there's anything we could even use to switch around in that last sentence. What exactly was Mr. Roylott really going to use those enormous shears for? Not the thick hat. To cut away his nose. He was gonna cut his nose off. I don't even know. Would it be the hat? Would that make sense? The fact that the coat button is selectable makes me worried. Okay, so I have big ass shears. What would I use it for? It wouldn't be for the beard. The big ass beard. Would it be for the hat? But why would you cut the hat off? Yeah, why would you cut the hat off? Unless you're cutting the hat to shape it as something. But I don't see why. Now, buttons? Buttons make even less sense. Because, like, why would you cut buttons for? Yeah, well, because that's a coat. You need those. So maybe the hat? And that man got a thick hat, thick beard, and thick nose, right? Yeah, I think it's the hat. Yes! For years, you have been on the run in your homeland, and that hat has never left your head. As a result, most unbelievably, your thick beard has woven itself inextricably together with your hat. Oh. That's wrong. But now you have an itch. Somehow you must reach it, even if that means cutting the hat off. No, that is no. What spectacularly contrived logic led you to this mindless conclusion? That's wrong. Look, don't. I'm new to this. Oh, well, it's supposed to be a logic and reasoning spectacular, so I thought I'd contribute to the show. This is my show, Ms. Naruhodo. Kindly perform any peculiar experiments on your own stage. It's gonna be the buttons. I swear to God. And I hate how, like, what was this bearded Russian planning to cut off with those enormous shears? Perhaps we'll notice something that will give us a clue. When you approach this from area, we must consider all possibilities. It's easy to say, but alright, let's see if we can work it out. Within his beard, what was the man thinking of cutting? If I could rotate him. Hello? I can rotate it? The game didn't say I could! Like, the game didn't say that I could! I didn't know I could rotate! What the fuck? I literally didn't know that I could rotate. Okay. Okay, this makes probably whatever this is. That hair? The fuck? I didn't know I could rotate. Okay, thank you, game. Thank you. Golden locks. Yes. Yes! I got it right. It's obviously that one. I'm mad at that. I didn't know I could rotate. You were on the verge of using the shears to cut away the golden locks you sport. Indeed. You have identified the precise detail I was intending to expose. Such lush golden hair certainly does not befit an old man. True. You're not a man at all, you're a woman. And judging from the length of the sheen of your hair, one still very much in her youth. Oh no. If only I had managed to cut off my hair, no one would have suspected. The question then begged is this: why would you desire to rid yourself of these magnificent locks? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. We do? What? I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. No. It's not the article about the revolutionary. It's not. These animations are kind of clean, not gonna lie. Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. Very good. But this is Ace Attorney in the past. So this is Phoenix's ancestor, Mr. Ryunosuke Naruhodo. So, yeah, this is like, we are way back in the past. Well, that was a shock. I had no idea that old man was really a young woman in disguise, did you? Right. What? Why are you staring at me like that? Yes, it was a surprise, Naruhodo-san. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Sorry? You look like you're in your element as you dance around the room deducing the facts with Mr. Sholmes. I'm just doing what we agreed. I'm not having fun or anything. Baka. This is strictly business. Yes, yes, I understand. Say no more. Well, anyway, let's focus on this part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction, shall we? The evidence that he's picked out doesn't fit the facts at all now. No, that's true. Given that Mr. Roylott is actually a woman. Exactly. He, or rather she, can't possibly be this merciless revolutionary. I suppose it's because the deduction as a whole has taken a different direction now. Ain't no way you just said Baka. Yes, I did say Baka. But the first thing I see Rose is acting like a tsundere. And hi Shadow, hello. Yes. Let's switch the evidence for something else. Something that fits the facts as we now understand them. For some reason, this woman needed to try to hide her true identity. I feel as though I've either read or heard about a young woman in a situation like that recently. Alright, I'll do my best. This one. Yes! Got that one right. Let's go. The evidence that reveals your true identity is, of course, the article about the ballerina. Yes. That's right. You've hit the nail on the head. You didn't know. Shut up. You didn't know. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet appears from, or disappears from Shanghai. It would appear we are finally able to address you by your true name. Yes, because your true identity is that of the Novovich Ballet's prima ballerina. Miss Nikolina Pavlova. Interesting. You got busted, I'm sorry. You found out. Oh. Damn. You're right. My real name is Nina. I mean, Nikolina Pavlova. But please, I beg you, don't tell anyone. Old man's identity, a ballerina on the run. That's funny. That is funny. That's hilarious. Millia Rage from Guilty Gear. You know what? Yeah. That's funny. Now, as for my second conclusion, you are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. What? And the proof of this crime, over there. Oh yes, Miss Pavlova. Taken unawareness, people have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see. I mean, she did look over there. And I assure you, the eyes speak so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. The answer we seek lies where the furtive glance falls. The proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, that traveling case. No, it's not the traveling case. Thank you for the host as always, Shadow. See, this woman is the ballerina, and she's right in front of our eyes. So clearly she can't be inside that traveling case as well. No, that's right. It seems she wasn't abducted at all. In which case, what is the crime this young woman is apparently committing? I can see I'm going to have to step in and fix the great detective's mistake again. You seem to look pleased, Naruhodo-san. Do you like the idea of another chance to dance around with Mr. Sholmes? Stop. Stop it. Anyway, there must be something else here that shows what this woman is up to. What she was up to. Alright. She was probably up to putting her tiara away? The tiara, because that's worth like a fuck ton of money. Yes! I did it. I did it. Alright. The proof of your crime is surely this tiara. Oh no. I believe this tiara is worn on stage by dancers in the Novovich Ballet, is it not? Indeed. It would appear to be identical to the tiara pictured here in the newspaper article. And if the reporting is to be believed, it's an item worth 20,000 rubles, which I don't know how much that is in USD. In summary, the crime you have committed is theft. Oh, no. Yes, you left your ballet troupe unlawfully, taking their precious tiara with you. Oh. Alright. Is it true though? I have no one, no family, no friends. I am all alone and I need money. But I did not steal the tiara. It was a present from, how do you say, an earl of Prussia. It belongs to me. This girl is only 15 years old, and she's run away all by herself. She must have been extremely lonely. That's rough though, especially back then. I would not want to run away back then in that time period, because that shit's hard. Alright. I will tell you everything. There's no point to hiding it now. Right. Come, let us not be hasty. Okay, Sholmes, can you fuck off? Like, she's gonna speak. What? What more? There remains one unsolved mystery about you. And that is... Mystery? What do you mean? You have staunchly refused to open this traveling case of yours in our presence. It is reasonable to conclude, therefore, that there exists some reason why you wish it to remain closed. Is that not so, Miss Pavlova? My dear girl, there's no sense in playing games with me. Nothing escapes my attention. Indeed, I have a very good idea of the contents of your case, even before I have ever laid eyes on them. You sure, Mr. Sholmes? That sounds kinda... not... true. Dear me. We are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Your careless Dohiel? I forgot how to say it! Betrays you. Once again, we need to only follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case, written in the books... What? He's completely changed tack with his deduction now. I think Mr. Sholmes is adapting his logic to the changing circumstances, don't you? Maybe, but why was he suddenly... Has he suddenly brought the bookshelf? Yeah, I'm actually confused. Why did he bring the bookshelf in all of this? It's just a wild guess, surely. Oh, do you think so? Well, it doesn't seem likely that the reason why this young a woman doesn't want to open her case would have been written in a book that doesn't even belong to her. Yes, that's true, but still. Miss Pavlova certainly did cast her eyes in that direction. I noticed it myself. And there has to be another reason why she won't open her case. And it must be somewhere in the same area, if that's where her gaze was involuntarily drawn. I agree. That's the only answer. Whatever she has hidden inside that case should be revealed by following her gaze in the direction of the bookcases. Ah, she stole all the statues. These things she um it's the statue. I don't want to. Oh wait. Or she could have stole a painting? No, she stole the rules and the door. She stole the cabin door too. That's what she has. Multiple cabin doors. Take all the doors. Okay. It could be either a picture. I wouldn't say books. There's no reason for her to like take books. They are messed up though. She was looking this direction, but this is tricky. This is very tricky actually. I would say it is a bookshelf. The reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the books on the shelf. The reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the small picture, books on the shelf, is written. Oh, wait. The reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the rules of passage, which the rules of passage, I believe, states that you couldn't bring any particular things, right? So I want to say it's rules of passage. Yes! Bitch. Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. Inside that case of yours is something forbidden from the carriage in the on this vessel. Carriage. That is a real reason why you refuse to open it, thus revealing its contents. That's right. It did move. As you see, the trunk wobbles from time to time, but no weapon or other dangerous item would move of its own accord. Which leaves but one possibility. Miss Pavlova, inside your traveling case. Is the last item listed as a forbidden in the vessel's rules of passage. A pet. Ooh, okay. I kind of like this deductive dance that's going on. Please be a cute pet. It's gonna be a cute pet. Possession of a prohibited animal. Solved. That felt good. Deduction complete. Elementary. That felt good though. Getting the deductions out. I know they're gonna get a lot harder, but that was actually pretty cool. So clearly you aren't who you say you are. No, I am not Grimsby Roylott. My real name is Nikolina Pavlova. Everything you said was correct. I hate how in sync they are. You absconded during one of your ballet company's performances in order to escape your homeland. Later that same night, you stole aboard this vessel, which wouldn't have been easy. The Buria is a huge steamship with a vast crew. Could she really have snuck on aboard without being noticed? In order to obscure your true identity, you somewhat recklessly took the guise of an old gentleman, and you intended to sever all links with your past by severing your long hair. I mean, that was the plan. Yet, to a woman, hair is no trifling matter. My personal recommendation is to leave well done. So if it was just you about to cut off your own hair, who was it that let out the scream we heard from outside the cabin? That veritable tinkling of a bell? Why, no other than this young lady, naturally. More like a full set of pipes, if you ask me. I was so scared when I ran away in Shanghai. I was sure they would come looking for me. That's why I decided to, how do you say, disguise myself? So no one would recognize me. And as a result, you transform yourself into that questionable old man. I see. I put on the fur hat and fake beard. Then, just before you came in here, I saw in the newspaper, right on the page, there was a picture of me. Yep, that is you. I was so frightened. I couldn't stop from screaming. I knew that if I didn't change my appearances completely, they would find me. So I decided to cut all my hair as fastly as possible. I picked up the scissors in my hand, and at that precise moment, we walked in through the annoyingly unlocked cabin door. The fact that it was unlocked. Things happen like that sometimes, don't they? Things do indeed happen like that from time to time. Are those two even talking about the same thing? I do love some well done here. God. There's just one more thing I'd like to know. I want to see what's in the box. In the suitcase. What exactly do you have inside your traveling case? Yeah, what's inside? You were right. It is my dear friend inside. My only friend in the whole world. Please, don't tell anyone. If the captain finds out, if you say to any of the crew, your secret is safe with us, I assure you. But in return, you must tell us in as much detail as you can muster about the events of last night. Yes, all right. I will tell you. Oh, okay. Well, Mr. Naruhodo? Wasn't it something Mr. Sholmes... wasn't it something? Mr. Sholmes' great deduction. More like a great sham. My ass, like, proved him wrong on, like, what, 4 statements? It was certainly something, yes. I'm just not entirely sure what. But at least Miss Pavlova has agreed to tell us what she knows. That's incredible. Indeed, it is incredible. And one more thing. Oh, yes? What? Observe your wrists. This man did not re-handcuff me. Of course. Your hands are cuffed again. What? But how? True to my word, I have restored your shackles. When and why? There is still a shadow of guilt cast over you, Mr. Naruhodo. I'm sorry to say, it can't be helped at the moment. Right, yeah. Can it really? Anyway, let's listen to what Miss Pavlova has to say. I can't go on not knowing. I have to find out what the speckled band that Kazuma-sama wrote about in his diary really was. The speckled band. Oi. Alright, so this is interesting. I like how in-depth this goes. This is gonna be a long-ass session. Alright. Yeah. Alright, what happened last night? Did you know that someone was killed in the cabin next door to this one last night? One of the crewmen told me this morning when I was eating breakfast. The man who died, he was a friend of mine. Yep. Oh. That's why we're trying to find out what happened. Did you notice anything unusual last night? Perhaps he heard a strange noise, for example. Perhaps people talking? Perhaps the ship was absorbed in a wild tempest? Perhaps its steam engine exploded? Mr. Sholmes, your ass would be dead if that steam engine exploded. You do realize that, right? Your ass would be dead if it was exploded. Perhaps everyone on board would have noticed if that had happened? Yeah. Miss Pavlova, is there anything you can tell us? I don't know. I'm sorry, but all I could think about was about last night was what I had done and whether they would find me. I didn't notice anything that was happening around me. Oh, I see. Alright, how about running away? You've run away from your ballet company, haven't you? The Novovich Ballet? Yes. I am traveling to Great Britain, and from there, I want to go to America. I will never dance again. I want to forget everything about the ballet. I will start a new life. You wish to forget. A challenging proposition. Have that striking tiara as a reminder. But the tiara is mine. I need it to live. She says she got it as a gift. I have no money of my own. The Novovich Ballet gives us only a little food and water. And we must dance all over the world. I had to run away. I had no choice. If I stayed, it would have killed me. So you ran away to protect yourself? That's rough. Yes, and the crew of this ship, they have all been kind to me. They let me come on board, and they said I could hide in this cabin. Here's Sholmes. His name is similar to Sherlock Holmes, and isn't that bright for a detective? Yeah, I just find it funny that they decided to name this character that. If that is indeed the truth, Miss Pavlova, it creates a most intriguing conundrum. Yes, it does. What do you think about it, Mr. Naruhodo? Me? Oh, well, yes, of course. I think we should hear Miss Pavlova's explanation. To what conundrum, I'm not sure, but I'm just as confused as you are. He's just Sherlock Holmes to Japan. That's what he literally is. Miss Pavlova, allow me to pose you a riddle. A riddle. Uh-huh. According to this newspaper, it was only yesterday that you absconded from the ballet. Now, that being the case, it must have been last night that you boarded this vessel. I guess? However, the SS Buria stopped by no port last night. How does she get on? That's it, of course. So how is it, pray, that you came to be aboard? Right about that. Now that I think about it, the crewman outside the cabin acted very strangely when we mentioned that. It was just after we asked him about when the occupant of this cabin came aboard. Yeah, you got angry at us. That is not your business. Literally, and then he got mad. Yes, you're right. He did seem to be hiding something. An angel descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to the stage. What? Sorry? What was that? It is how the Russian newspapers described one of my performances. And that is how I came here too. I descended from the heavens because I am an angel. You're funny. That's not how it happened. Considering English isn't your mother tongue, your description is very vivid. Mr. Sholmes once said, I never can resist a touch of the dramatic. It seems Miss Pavlova is the same. A genius descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to detection. Words once said about myself. A quote from a wonderfully extravagant advertisement for the adventures of Sherlock Sholmes, in fact. Right. Yes, Mr. Showy. Anyway, it doesn't look like Miss Pavlova is going to tell us what really happens. Okay, and what is this? A friend. So the friend you mentioned is inside your traveling case, is that right? I don't think animals are allowed on board according to the rules of passage. Oh, please, don't tell. Don't tell any of the crew. If they find out my precious... Then the burly Russians would bestir? I don't know how to say that word. Themselves in unison to throw you and your case overboard, no doubt. Oy. So reassuring, Mr. Sholmes. Yeah, very reassuring, sir. But what sort of pet is your friend? A little puppy? It is, isn't it? No, that's a no. Maybe an adorable little rabbit? That's a no. Let's see, pet. Ooh, sorry. Pet. I think it is. Has lots of energies moving around. I mean, the generic answer would be a cat. So. I'll say it's probably either a cat or some exotic animal. But it has to be an animal that's like big enough to actually shake the box. So it can't be like a reptile or anything like that. I want to say a cat or a baby pig, maybe. I was thinking a pig, a piggy, a piglet. Trying to think. I want to say maybe a cat. What other like small animal can resist cold? Trying to think. And that's in Russia. What animal's in Russia? Not a bear. Can't be a boar. It can't be a big animal. I'm gonna go either a cat, which is the generic choice, or the most outlandish choice, probably a pig or a boar or something along the pig family line. Ha! You credit Russia as a land with small rabbits, do you? Oh, don't they have small rabbits there then? You may well ask. I have no idea. Oh, well, thank you. God. So, you two are miserable bunglers when it comes to understanding the natures of young ballerinas' friends. Isn't it obvious? It must be a chicken? How? Bitch, I own chickens. They don't move around. They don't move around that much. The motherfucker would peck the shit out of you before he gets shoved in a box. Or shoved in anything. The fuck? A chick? Really? The Sherlock show, more like the Sherlock sham. Consider the benefits. A rousing wake-up call, daily fresh eggs. And when adversity strikes, it could satisfy the needs of sustenance. Why would she bring a chicken that's noisy as fuck to her room when she's trying to be discreet? So you'd eat your friends. I'll remember that. It's not a chicken. Well, it would appear this friend's identity is a closely guarded secret not to be revealed. You are just dumb as fuck. She obviously doesn't quite trust us yet. There's something I should like to show her, I think. Maybe she might be able to shed some light on it. Oh, okay. Present. I will show her. Oh, can you read Russian? Yes, present. What does that say? Miss Pavlova, would you take a look at this? I know it says cabin, but she could see something else. I don't know. I don't know anything. Okay. Mr. Naruhodo, you're frightening the poor girl. Okay, I'm sorry. I just thought... I know we know the meaning, but she may have seen some underlying thing. Or there could have been like a poor translation. I don't fucking know. Oh, sorry. I wasn't trying to. My bad. Look here. Look at this dead body. Shove it in her face. You should show you your badge. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, let me show my badge. Can I show you this? I'm actually a university student from the Empire of Japan, you see. That means nothing to me. Dang it. Ow. That hurts. No. Why would it? Mr. Naruhodo, if you're determined to flaunt your Yume badge, at least choose a Japanese person who might recognize it. Right. Mr. Sato, can I show you this? Can I show you this? Can I show you the badge? Maybe later. Oh, I can show Inspector Hosanaga too. Oh my god. Alright. Okay, let's show her the article about the ballerina. Actually, no. Does she know anything about the speckled bands? This is the diary of my friend who passed away. His diary? Yes, and he wrote in it last night before he died. Something a little unusual. It reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. And then a few minutes later, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. A speckled band? I don't understand. It's strange, isn't it? But the ventilator he mentions joins this cabin, you see. Yeah. It's up there on the wall. In other words, this cabin and the victim's cabin are connected together. Oh. Miss Pavlova? Has something occurred to you? Does the speckled band the victim mentioned mean something to you? Or the whistling sound, perhaps? No. I don't know anything. Okay, whatever, you useless ass bitch. Oh. She is useless. She's garbage. She's so useless right now. You're useless. No. I wasn't expecting that. Jesus Christ. Excuse me, Mr. Roylott. Yes, what? Oh, damn. Damn. Wow, she's fast. Captain would like to speak with you. Must come to Captain's quarters at once, please. Alright, I will come now. Oh, yes, it's Biff. Okay. What? You must leave now. Oh, no, it's fine. Don't mind us. Yes, please don't worry yourself, Mr. Roylott. Get out! The passenger said out, or you want me to throw you out. It looks like we'll have to leave investigating this cabin until later. What a personality switch, okay. What a pity. We were close. So close. So close. And so we lost our chance. Having still not managed to investigate Miss Pavlova's cabin, we were unceremoniously chased out. That is to say, we were quite literally picked up and thrown into the passageway outside. Oy. To be continued. Ooh. See, if I continued this from last stream, that was long. That was like a whole last hour. I would have been so mad. Yes, saving this slot. Save complete. Hell yeah. 9th January, SS Buria, first class, cabin, passageway. I wish we hadn't been thrown out like that. I wish we'd managed to find some clue as to what that speckled band might be. We didn't manage to investigate at all. And I imagine that we won't be able to for a while longer. We'll never get past that sailor guarding the door. He's clearly glaring at us as if to say, don't even think about it. Oh, wait a minute. What is it? Well, what happened to our great detective friend? Where did he go? Oh, yes, he's completely disappeared. When did he do that? I don't know, Mr. Sholmes is weird. He slipped away as quietly as the wind, but not before ensuring these were securely back on my wrists. Alright, I guess we can examine things. I've investigated thoroughly, but I can't find anything out of place. Oh, okay. Sholmes really is like me, just phases out of existence. We investigated that. Sure. Hello. I really wish we'd had a chance to look around Miss Pavlova's cabin. Okay, Stroganoff, chill. What? Why you look like that? You want something? Maybe you want me to throw you out again, Damn, so hostile. Oh, no, definitely not that. Next time I have to throw you out, I show you where lobsters spend winter, understand? See, that sounds very intimidating. Like, I don't want to know where lobsters are during winter. Understand? Maybe I should steer clear of him until he's forgotten my face. I don't think he'll ever forget your face, Naruhodo-san. Thanks. Alright, that was an interesting interaction. Let's just go ahead and move. So, I guess we just move back to our cabin at this point. Stroganov is in the way. SS Buria, first class cabin, number 1. It looks like they are still investigating in here. Yes, on that subject. I wonder if Inspector Hosanaga is unscathed. What do you mean, unscathed? Surely you haven't forgotten, have you, Naruhodo-san? Don't you remember what he said about allowing you out of this cabin to investigate? He was going to talk to the captain about it. He said he'd laid his life on the line for you. Oh, yes. But I'm sure he was exaggerating. Let's see what he has to say for himself. He might have some new information for us. You never know. Okay, I was about to say, I'm like, where is the inspector, though? Alright, Inspector Hosanaga. Oh no, you poor inspector! The captain beat the shit out of him! You're back! Inspector! What happened to you? Your faces! Please, don't worry about it. They're just scratches. That is not a scratch. Maybe by a bear. Made by a bear, maybe. When I told the captain that I'd given you permission to investigate, he told me he'd pummel me with his fists and then toss me overboard. What? But the pummeling was over in a flash, and he must have decided against throwing me overboard. So it was nothing, really. It looks like he wasn't joking when he said he'd lay his life on the line if he had to. Well, thanks to your efforts, we now know a little about the neighboring cabin. Yes, so I understand. Oh. I bumped into a man claiming to be a great detective a little while ago. I think his name was something like Sherlock Holmes. I love how they say it German. I don't think he was German though. That's funny. Sherlock Holmes. Ah, that explains it. All right. Shall we compare notes then? We can tell you what we found out. Yes, let's do it. Ooh, a new game mechanic? Or not? Okay, shit. I thought it was gonna be some cool mechanic and we match things. What? Nikolina Pavlova? She's in the cabin next door? Oh, do you know who she is? Please, what self-respecting ballet fan wouldn't know that graceful angel? You need to fix that cough of yours. Oops, I think I upset him there. Yeah, because if he gets too excited, then he's gonna die. Well, that tells us the neighboring cabin is unrelated to this case, at least. Oh, how? Wait, how? Because angels don't go around committing crimes, do they? Look, no matter how sweet she is, it's always the quiet ones that do the crazy crimes. Hosanaga really do be the homie. He is the homie. Oops, now I've definitely upset him. Inspector, has your investigation in here proved fruitful? If I'm honest, there's very little more I can do. Our duty is to make sure the scene isn't disturbed, ready to hand over to the Hong Kong police. So I'm just keeping watch here, trying to not take my eyes off the job. Oh, I see. Ah, there is one thing. I do have a small piece of new information for you. Oh, what? Yes, do tell us, Inspector, please. Oh, new information. I like this. What is this new information you have, Inspector? It's this. The Buria's medical officer has finished his examination of the body. I managed to obtain the report. Oh, Cosmo's post-mortem report. He's dead. Like, I had hopes. I know he's obviously dead, right? Like, they have the body, they have photos, all this and that, but like, I was denying the fact that he was gone, right? But it's like more set and stowed down. It's like, oh, his post-mortem thing, he's actually dead. Kazuma-sama. So, what was the cause of death? Strangulation. I don't know. Damage to the cervical vertebrae is what's written in the report. Isn't that like behind the neck? Yeah, his neck. Yeah, his neck. How did his neck... His neck was broken? Yes, it would seem so. There were no obvious wounds or other signs of injury. So at first, I think they were considering poison. But it turns out they found no trace of poison in his system at all. Well, what weapon was used then? Nothing has been found as yet, but the fact that there are no signs of a wound suggests it may have been a blunt object, something that wouldn't leave a mark. The hands. I dropped my controller. The hands. Hoocha! The hands. Thankfully, I have carpet flooring, so my controller is fine. Whee. Oh, I see. All the body's nerves run through the spine to the brain. A strong enough impact to the neck could induce death. So, huacha, karate chop. It is a possibility, and no obvious wound would be left. Yeah, karate chop. Poor Kazuma. At least it was instant. I have a second copy of the report. If it might be useful, you're welcome to have it. Really? Are you sure? Yes, it's fine. I trust you. Oh, you see, Susato, Hosanaga is a real one because your fake ass wants to accuse me of being the murderer. You sick bitch. Fucking. After all, if I didn't trust you, I'd never had agreed to you leaving this cabin in the first place, would I? Exactly. Yeah, Susato. Yeah, that's right, bitch. You better stay quiet, fucking piece of shit. The postmortem report has been entered into the court record. Thank you, the great detective. Oh, Mr. Sholmes was here, was he? Yeah, he was. Yes. He seemed to be enjoying himself a little too much as he crept about on the floor investigating. But then he suddenly left. I suppose he must have become bored. Did he say anything? Man, I wish I could get marshmallows. Fuck you, Chaos. Did he say anything at all? Actually, now you mention it, yes, just one thing, but he practically shouted it. It's shoe polish, was all he said. Shoe polish? I wonder what he meant. It was when he was over there by the piece of broken glass. Do you see? Perhaps he was talking about this brick-colored mark. Do you think? Yes, that must be it. That's probably the shoe polish. But how could Mr. Sholmes know that it's shoe polish? That leaves me cold, I'm afraid. I have no idea. What is it, Susato-san? Well, Kazuma-sama was wearing leather shoes with a very dark tan hue. Dark tan? A sort of dark brownish red, then. So, is that to say he was dragged here? Yes, a little like the color of red wine, but darker. I often repaired them for him. Oh, does this mean that this mark was made by the polish on Kazuma's shoes as they scuffed onto the floor? The mark on the floor has been entered into the courtroom. That means that he's probably, like, dragged or something. He had to have been dragged. That's really all I can tell you at this stage. I should return to my post. My fellow crewman's eyes are pouring into the back of my head. Yes, that might be for the best. Thank you. Marshmallows are great. Don't sass me on having cravings. Poor Inspector. You look exhausted. Oh, no. Well, I feel terrible that I failed to protect Asogi-san. He was my responsibility. RIP. Of course, my pain is nothing compared to yours. You were his friends. The truth is, I seem to have had a heavy head ever since I woke this morning. Did he get attempted? Did he survive an assassination attempt? A heavy head? That's interesting. My head's still throbbing too. Were they knocked out? Either A, they got knocked out, or B, the killer intended to kill all three of them, but we survived somehow. Interesting. Huh, interesting. This is getting very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. Let's examine that scuff mark, shall we? It really is such a beautiful color, this glass. It looks like whatever it was has broken clean in two, but the other half is nowhere to be seen. And then there's the brick-colored mark, which is shoe polish, according to that great detective you seem to know all about. I suppose it must be from Kazuma-sama's shoes. Maybe, but what I'd like to know is, how can the detective be so sure that it's shoe polish and not something else? Okay, I think we went through this dialogue already. Yeah, okay. So we looked at all of this, pretty much. We can do the vent again. So this ventilator joins to Miss Pavlova's cabin. Yes, that's right. And just a few minutes before he died, Cosmo saw something emerging from it. The speckled band, as he described it. If only Miss Pavlova has been able to shed some light to shed some light on it, but she seemed as baffled as we are. Yes, I wonder if she's telling us everything though. Probably not. I'm not sure. I know most people aboard would say the same about me, but there was something about that woman that didn't sit right with me. Okay, I guess we could check the desk one more time. This is where Cosmo spent his final moments, writing his diary. 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. Looking at his writing here on this page, it's almost impossible to believe that he's gone. Cosmo-sama left us a valuable clue in these words, I'm sure of it. We have to solve this mystery, Naruhodo-san. I'm actually curious. Let me check real quick. Okay. I was trying to see like if there was like some hidden code in it or something. We have to solve this mystery. Yep. We will. Of course we will. Of course. Alright. So it's clear that those letters were written with the ink that was somehow split on the floor. And they spell the Russian word for word. You see, if he was hit on the neck like that, he wouldn't have time to write a death message. Because hitting those nerves like that is instant. So that's one piece of the puzzle solved. See, they spelled Russian word for wardrobe. It does seem to be an unambiguous pointer to you, Naruhodo-san, as you were sleeping in there. But to be truly unambiguous, it should have just spelt out my name, don't you think? Well, either way, one fact remains. It's hard to imagine that Kazuma-sama would have written his last words or word in Russian, which begs the question of who did write it. Exactly. Who wrote that shit? Okay, we already did the weapons. Because I noticed there is some stuff to like reinvestigate, but there's not really much. All the books provided for passengers accompanying this cabin neatly arranged on the shelf. They were all over the place when we first looked around, if you remember. Oh yes, and you tidied them up, didn't you? Yeah, and you tampered with the stuff. You have to look after the ship's property. Unruly behavior in the cabins leads to damage. But it really wasn't me who knocked them over. Well, anyway, I feel much better now that they're neatly lined up. I can't relax with things when things are untidy. Then you better learn how to relax in this shit. Do you see how messy this shit is? Okay, I don't know what else to do. Maybe talk to the guy, but that's it. He's the last thing. You, where did you go? I went up your ass. Oh, sorry. I just went to the next door cabin to... Why? Who gave you permission for this? Well, I mean, Seaman Hosanaga did. That new Japanese, was it? Later, I will roll him into ball and throw him in cold room. That is so mean! Whew. He's gone back to guarding the door. I hope Inspector Hosanaga doesn't find himself in too much trouble on your account. He's really gone out of his way to help us, hasn't he? Oh good, you took my joke? Oh. When we get back to Japan, we'll have to take him for a steak à la carnival. That could be a very long time from now, Naruhodo-san. Look, you shut up, Susato, alright? You are sucking the fun out of all of this. Okay, what the fuck do I do? I already looked around. I examined every little bit that I could. Has a check mark, so I'm done with it. That's it. Like, there's nothing else. I did the cloth. I did that. I did all of these on the floor. I did the cross thing. I did the wording. I did the sword. Did the door. I did... Oh, the rules. We forgot to read the rules. These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Buria. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. So by bringing her pet on board, Miss Pavlova has broken the rules. Yep. She called her her friend. Yes, she did call her friend. Yes, although we don't know what form this friend takes as yet. I'm almost certain that whatever it is, it's inside the traveling case in her cabin. A friend. There's more to this than it seems, I think. Alright, can I, like, just stroll out now? Oh, whoops, wrong button. How do I bring up... How do... Back. I press back, of course. Alright, let's move. Wait. What? I want to move. The fuck? Why did it close? Alright, let us move. SS Booty first class. Cabin. Passageway. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh. Look, Naruhodo-san. Seaman Stroganov has gone. Strong enough? Strong enough. The burly Russian sailor who's always crossing his arms and glaring at us. Ugh. All these Russians' names are impossible to remember. Uh-huh. Ooh. Tra-la-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la. Did you hear that? It sounded like someone singing. Tra-la-la-la-la, leeda-leeda-lee. Tra-la-la-la-la, leeda-leeda-lee. I immediately thought SpongeBob. I did it the great detective way. Is that Herlock Holmes? This is caroling. I know that lark-like voice. Well, never mind that now. This is a golden opportunity for us. Yes, you're right. We must seize it. Let's get inside Miss Pavlova's cabin while we can and investigate. Oh my god, Yuki, Jesus Christ! And hi, hello, thank you for joining me. And yes, Yuki is donating new monitors for me, which is awesome. So, I'm gonna be refreshing some of my old monitors with those, which is great. So thank you again, Yuki, I always appreciate it. God. Definitely. Before that Stringy Knot crewman comes back. It's Stronganov, not Stringy Knot. How are you? Now I'm curious on how they're actually pronouncing this. Okay. Look here, bitch. We're gonna go in Miss Pavlova. If she's dead, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be so goddamn mad if she's dead. I'm literally... Oh, wow. Oh, I love you too, Yuki. Oh, you just finished putting... Oh, okay, nice. Enjoy them. It's the SS Buria First Class Cabin number 2. Miss Pavlova isn't back yet. Oh, okay, cool. We can ransack her shit. Susato-san. Oh, where's she gone? Hey, what are you doing, Susato? She's like, all right, time to investigate. Those are her private things. There's not a moment to waste. Naruhodo-san, we must investigate as quickly as we can. We need to go through every single drawer, see every single panty and bra. We have to see it all. I suppose you're right. For Kazuma's sake. For Kazuma's sake, we need to see all the drawers for panties and bras. For Kazuma! Oh god. Holy shit. Not just for Kazuma-sama. What do you mean? Can't be long until we arrive at port in Hong Kong. I don't want you to be in those handcuffs when we get there. Really? We must solve this case, Naruhodo-san, by ourselves if we have to. No court? Yes, we will. Are we not going to the court to solve? Are we actively solving a case, like, on the scene? This is actually kind of cool if that's the case. Naruhodo-san, are you there? Sorry, I'm right here. Yes, why? Oh, good. I thought you might have climbed into the wardrobe when I wasn't looking. There's no place like home. Believe me, I don't have some strange compulsion to jump inside every wardrobe I see, you know. Of course. Well, anyway, I'm not sure anyone could fit inside this one. It's full of beautiful outfits. I suppose they're all stage costumes. I was rather hoping we might find Miss Pavlova's friend hiding in there, but no such luck. I don't think Pavlova's friend is in this room at all. Does it? Oh, okay. I thought like it checkmarked similar items. That'd be cool. Right, we are snooping in 15-year-old stuffs, of course. All the books have toppled over together. Look, every single one. Just like last time. Do you think that's a god of the sea, perhaps? He's toppled too, though. It's exactly the same as the bookcase next door. In Cosmo's cabin. Perhaps Miss Pavlova was practicing a difficult ballet pose and fell against the bookcase? I don't know. Would she really be practicing ballet on the same night she ran away from her ballet company? She literally said, like, I don't want to be doing this anymore. Literally. Alright then. It must have been you. You lost your temper and knocked them all over in a fit of rage. You broke into a 15-year-old girl's room because you're sick like that, Naruhodo. How dare you? Like, Susato, where is your fucking, like, train of thought going? Like, she's kind of legitimately pissing me off because at least Maya had a brain. This bitch just has garbage. She's literally, she has garbage. She has garbage in her brain. Not everything bad that happens on this ship is because of me, you know. She literally has garbage. That's practice, by the way, just the proper English spelling, because fuck English. Oh. I'm saying practice. Okay, damn, practice. Oh, fuck English. Fuck. Well, anyway, I'll set them all straight again in here, too. I don't like saying things in this. Don't do it, because she'll know you're in... Susato is something else. She is something else. She's something else. Because if Pavlova comes back, she's gonna notice somebody was in her room. Obviously. And that's tampering with things, by the way, too. She already tampered with it in the other room, so that's tampering with evidence. Oh my, Miss Pavlova's case is open. Yes, it is. It's completely empty inside, but according to the great detective's great deduction, she was hiding her special friend in there. Yes, a friend that she had to keep secret. Because you're not allowed to bring animals aboard the SS Buria. I wonder what kind of animal she had in it. I want to say it's a cat. And more to the point, where is it now? I want to say it's a cat. There are just a few books on the desk, nothing else by the looks of it. Well, Miss Pavlova only ran away from the ballet last night. She's hardly occupied this cabin for any time at all. That's true. I wonder what kind of books she likes to read. Let me see. Yes. Yes, I see. It would seem that Miss Pavlova enjoys reading. Books written in Russian. Thanks. I think I probably already knew that. It's rude to ask too much of people, Naruhodo-san. Kindly remember that. I am not going to like this bitch. Give me Maya. I wonder what this little saucer is doing on the floor. Yes, it doesn't look like it's been dropped. More like it was put there deliberately. Oh, do you think there could be a leak in the roof just above here? What? A leak? Is this ship quite safe? I'm sure that even if there's a little leak in the roof, it doesn't mean the whole ship is going to sink. No, you're right. Of course you're right. She's really trying to persuade herself, isn't she? Yeah, there's no leak. What do you... That is for the animal that she has there. It would seem this teapot is empty. So the natural conclusion is that the Russians are a very thirsty people. Why do you word it like that, though? The Russians, they seem to be a very thirsty people. Like, why is it worded like that? Or because Miss Pavlova only came into this cabin last night. She hasn't had the chance to make any tea yet. I mean, it could be either. It's definitely that they're excessively thirsty. I'd lay 1,000 to 1 on it. Oh my god. You're rather obstinate, aren't you, Naruhodo-san? Right. They are a very, very thirsty people. I suppose every cabin has a waste paper basket. Well, we have a little... Oh, shall we have a little look and see what's been thrown away? Naruhodo-san, it's poor etiquette to go sifting through someone's rubbish, you know? Ugh, those eyes. She's looking at me like I'm a piece of rubbish now. However, these are special circumstances, I think. Exactly. We have no choice. Exactly. We have no choice. We have to go through the garbage. There's hardly anything in here at all. Oh, well, that's a little disappointing. That is actually kind of disappointing. I'm actually kind of... So, there is, like, nothing in here. Like, literally nothing in here. And the only thing that's left is this event. That's it. So this ventilator connects to Kazuma's cabins next door. Yes, although what a fool a ship builder must be to open a ventilator into another room. Maybe it's so that if there's a gas leak next door, the occupant of this cabin would notice and raise the alarm. Or the occupants of both cabins would die of gas poisoning. That is a possibility. But I'm big brain, you're not. So I'm right. Anyway, last night, Kazuma wrote that he saw a speckled band coming from this ventilator. There's one of these next to the bed in Cosmo's cabin too. Yes, it's a bell cord. I can't resist. Oh, she's gonna ring it. And someone's gonna come in. She barely hesitated there, and she gave it a good tug too. Someone's gonna come. No, I didn't actually expect anyone to come. We don't want them to. We're trying to investigate in secret. Okay, good. I would have been salt at her. Alright, I guess that's it. And then the last but not least is the door and the rules, and that's it. Like, that'll be everything investigated. Yep, that'll be everything investigated. Alright, the door! This cabin door has the same simple sort of bolted latch that our cabin door has. If the bolts are drawn across, there's no way anybody could enter the cabin from outside. Yes, it's not a particularly heavy-duty bolt, is it? But still, it wouldn't slide across of its own accord, would it? No, and the door is made of metal, so there's no chance of trickery using magnets to unbolt it from the outside. I mean, you kind of can. And it seals up perfectly, too, to stop any seawater coming in. So you couldn't use the method you told me of passing the thread through a crack around the closed door either. I seem to know a lot of tricks for opening doors. I'm starting to see why they suspect me. Yeah. Okay, this is the last thing. Other than that, we're gonna go outside. Yes, they're displayed in this cabin too. Look, the SS Buria's rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. I suppose Miss Pavlova realized that she needed to keep the contents of her case a secret after she read this. Her special friends, I mean. I wonder where her friend has disappeared to now. It's probably having fun exploring the ship, I imagine. I hope Seaman Stroganov doesn't find it and throw it overboard. Oh, yes, so do I. Right. No. That is it. Okay, nothing. I investigated 30, but I can't find anything out of place. Yep, okay. So, nope. And then we did this. We did everything in here. We did everything. Yeah, I did the plate, I did the carpet, I did the teapot, I did the chair, the walls, nothing on the walls, nothing on the ceiling. And then nothing here, nothing here. We already investigated this. We did nothing up here. We already did that, we did that, we did everything. We did everything. We did everything. Now we can move. Go back in the passageway. It's time to move. I already did the picture on the wall. The fuck? Look, examine. We did this. We did this. You see? You see? You see? I can't, we already, this is not examinable. I'm gonna still click it, but nothing's gonna happen. I investigated thoroughly. Nothing. Like, I already did everything in here. Alright, so let's go ahead and move. Yeah, for future, anything that's investigatable, it'll highlight. So, for example, like you see how it's that? Just because it has a check mark doesn't mean that icon comes on. The check mark just means I already investigated it, but an investigatable item will have that change in the icon, while this icon means there's nothing really to investigate, because it's not a thing of interest for the case. And you can't just press on like random things, because then you'll get the response like, looks like I investigated everything here response. Alright, move. Let's go to first class passageway. Let's go. It's not like OG Phoenix Wright where like I literally click everything to make sure. Where I literally click everything. So, let's examine the door. Miss Pavlova's cabin. This could be our chance. What? The burly sailor doesn't appear to be around at the moment? Oh, okay. Charity. Yeah. Sure could learn something. Yeah, you see, look. I already... Are you okay, Mr. Sholmes? What? Oh, it's Mr. Sholmes, look! Wow, you never know where he's going to turn up next, do you? He seems to be stealing a book at, or stealing a look at something as he sings to himself. Oh, we did hear singing, that's right, we did hear singing. Just squat. Sorry, I looked at my computer, oh my god. I did it the great detective way, tra-la-la-la-lee-lee. I did it the great detective way. Detective way. He's still singing. Do you think he hasn't noticed us? Or he's simply in extremely high spirits? Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when the yard bit off more than it could chew. The yard, I'm assuming, is the police. And through it all, when there was doubt, it's lucky Herlock was about. Excuse me. I solved it all and I stood tall. I did it the great detective way. Mr. Sholmes! You wanna fight? That's when you wanna fight? You wanna fight me? Let's go! I think that's his first response. That is the best first response. You know what's funny? That's so fucking British too. Honestly, interrupting the fellow when he's singing, and I was just about to reach like the climatic finish. Sorry, I thought you were never going to stop, so I figured now is a good time as any. I nearly dropped you on the floor with one of my famous right hooks. You know what? That's pretty normal. For real, yeah. Alright, I get the picture. Now could you put those fists away? He was really about to square up. Mr. Sholmes, you seem to be examining something before we interrupted you. Ah, yes, that. I was immersed in study of the ship's log, as penned by the stockily built crewman who's usually on guard here. Oh yes, the ship's log. And did you find out anything useful from it? Well, after 2 a.m. this morning, the majority of the entries are blank. Which means that there was nothing to report. Nothing of note happened, so... What? You truly are a student from the land of the rising sun. You've been utterly blinded by it. Sorry? What? Your logic, my boy. is inverted. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? What? Observe the other pages, and all shall become clear. It would seem the same crewman oft stands sentry in this first-class passageway. And he has an almost religious practice of recording nothing to report every half hour. Oh, he writes that in every 30 minutes. Okay. Nothing to report. Okay. Precisely. Put simply, the seaman writes nothing to report when there is just that. And yet, the ship's log from last night is largely blank. He didn't even write nothing to report. Oh, he could be a suspect. Do you mean... Yes, there were circumstances afoot last night, which led to the seaman being absent from his post. What kind of circumstances? What happened? That remains a mystery for now, but we can be sure something significant took place. So significant that it caused the seaman to forget his regular habit of scribing nothing to report in the log. These are important details. I would stake my life on it. You must log the ship's log in your mental file. Alright, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it, Sherlock. Now that deduction was worthy of a great detective. Actually wasn't bad, that was actually good. Now you're starting to understand what my way is. I see. What makes Sholmes brilliant. Yeah, you go massage your ego, Mr. Sholmes. Ooh, ouch. What is it? Are you hurt? Oh, don't worry yourself. I seem to be afflicted with a throbbing head this morning for some reason, nothing more. 3 people with throbbing heads. I want to say everybody either got whacked in the head to permanently knock them out for a set amount of time, so they wouldn't wake up to what was going to happen, or B, there was an assassination attempt on everybody, and our friend ended up dying. Cosmo ended up dying, and instead, I don't know. But I think it's the first one though. Whoever the killer is, hit everybody on the head to ensure that we were knocked out for a long time, even if there was noise. Well, my friends, until our next encounter. He's still singing to himself. I can hear it as he wanders off down the passageway. Is something wrong, Susato-san? You seem lost in thought. It's just, well, I feel the same. Sorry? Ever since I woke this morning, I've had something of a headache. A sort of continuous throbbing. Oh, you too? This is most suspicious. Very suspicious. Super suspicious. Can we go through the door? That door leads to the second class area. It's locked. I can't open it. No, well, that stands to reason. No one wants to let the murderer escape. Gosh, she gave me a very stern look when she said that. Yeah, whatever. Fuck you too, Susato. Fuck you too. Alright, I guess we can move back into Pavlova's, see if there's anything different. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling! Oh, what's that? The fuck? Shut down the engines immediately. Vessel sighted a quarter-mile forward. Oh shit. Full stop. Hard to starboard. All hands brace for impact. Oh shit. What the? Low key sounds like Siren Head, if you know who Siren Head is. I think we're about to crash into another ship. What? Oh. Oh, I can't stand. Susada-san, hold on to me. Susada-san, are you alright? Are you injured at all? I think I'm fine. Thank you, Naruhodo-san. Is everything crooked now? Or no? I don't know. It looks like we avoided a collision. I think. Yes, the ship has come to a stop. Oh my goodness. What about you, Naruhodo-san? Are you hurt? No, I'm fine. Hello? Is anybody in there? Shout if you need assistance. Oh, that sounds like... God, that shit scared me. Inspector Hosanaga. Is that you in there, Naruhodo-san? Unbolt the door quickly. What? The bolt? Yes. Look at that. The door's bolted. It has to be one of the crewmates. It has to be one of the crewmates. The crewmate. Okay, I think this is solved. Whoever did this knocked everyone's head, right? Or no. You know what? No. I don't think he touched everybody because that wouldn't make sense. Whoever did this... I want to say, yeah, whoever did this... What if this was an accident, though? Because let's say, for instance, you know, like Kazuma's sleeping, right? The scuff makes sense. He slipped, and he could have slipped and fell on something, and he could have impacted something with his neck, right? That makes sense. That means the ship ran into something, it went to a halt or an immediate stop, and that's how the door got bolted, and then Kazuma probably died. But then that wouldn't explain the handwriting, though, if it was an accident. So that means that somebody intentionally did this. Maybe Kazuma's put his foot into something that he shouldn't have, and then the person killed him. All the while, in order to ensure that the door gets locked, they put the ship into a temporary immediate halt, and in that turn, everybody that was sleeping overnight hit their heads onto something while the ship toppled over, because that would make sense. Now, how they woke up, I don't know. He would have to probably personally put everybody back in their beds and stuff, but it's starting to unfold. The doors, yeah, it's starting to unfold, but for sure, the ship stopping is what closed the bolt on the door. That's for sure. Did you do that, Susato-san? No, I didn't touch it. Well, that's strange. How did... And look at all the books. They're just like they were before again. Naruhodo-san, aren't you going to open the door and let the inspector in? No, it is the tilting. It's the tilting of the ship, but look, remember, the ship is going at full speed, right? And we just experienced an emergency stop. They literally had to stop the ship because there's something that was colliding, right? So the anchor, or whatever anchor that they had to use to stop the ship, pushed down, and then that in turn tugged the ship, which tilted it. I was saying that the door got bolted in that same fashion. Whoever killed Kazuma went to go to the ship's like captain area, put down the anchor, stop the ship to make it tilt because it is probably at full speed, dropped the anchor, made the ship stop, it tilted, closed the lock. That way it could seem as a closed door murder case, but it's definitely with just how the ship stopped, that's how the lock closed for sure. Now to hold us on, aren't you going to open the door and let the inspector in? I'd better tidy up this place first. Our violent emergency stop had solved one mystery, at least, in a very vivid way. Hell yeah. But I knew what awaited us on the other side of the cabin door would not be pleasant. I hurried around tidying up the cabin with a new sense of foreboding in my heart. To be continued. Ooh. So did we like finish like one hefty investigation arc? Yes, save my progress. Save my progress. My progress. Hell yeah, okay. At least we got one segment done. I'm actually happy with that. The SS Buria, Miss Pavlova's cabin. Somehow, the door to the cabin we were in ended up bolted after we made an emergency stop. You finished 2 tech. Well, I don't count the first one, Chaos. Susato-san took a deep breath, then gently slid back the bolt. You, what are you doing in Miss Pavlova's quarters? You both look unhurt. Good. Yes, we're fine, thank you. What on earth happened? We heard something about how we were going to collide with another ship. Yes, it appears to have been a false report, though. Oh, how did that happen? There was a dense fog outside, so it's extremely difficult to see. Someone must have thought he saw a ship ahead. This person obviously triggered the alarm, and that's why we made an emergency stop. Everything is chaos. Passengers are screaming, crew are running everywhere. This first class area is the only quiet part of the ship at the moment. Oh, I see. Someone triggered the alarm? Does that mean that someone pressed that button outside? You wicked intruder, dressed all in black. You are the devil. Sorry, me? I've been called a lot of things before, but devil is a first. You opened my traveling case. How could you? What? No, we didn't touch it. That's right, Miss Pavlova. It was already open when we came into your cabin. Inspector. Oh shit. Yes. Arrest this man. I know he did it. He is a criminal. Is it not enough that he has killed a man? Oh, come on. And Nick D, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Da. Oh, I forgot he says da. Da. And he is stowaway as well. If Vixen promises not to steal chicken, do you believe? Okay. Take him away. He is a trespasser as well as everything else. Stowing away, trespassing, killing. She is right. You are devil. It doesn't look good, does it? There is cell below deck. Throw him in. Tomorrow we dock in Hong Kong. Then we give you straight to police. Wait, a cell? Please, Inspector Hosanaga, is there nothing you can do? This is a Russian vessel. I really have no jurisdiction here. After my last effort to appeal the captain's good nature, I think I'm out of options. This is terrible. This is a real crisis. I've got to find a solution. Immediately. If I opened it, then the thing inside would have still been with me. I just need to keep calm and focus on the task at hand, which is investigating. Don't touch my things. You want me to show you where crawfish hibernates? Dude, like, can you? He is so like abrasive. God, Jesus Christ. Do you want me to show you where Nemo makes eggs? It's like, can you like not be weird? Oh, okay, Susato. Mr. Naruhodo, what do you think you're doing? Oh wait, why'd you drop kick me for? Wow, everyone's attacking me. And I was just starting to think she was my friends. Okay, never mind then. I thought she was gonna drop kick the guy, but nope, it's us. Isn't there anyone who can help me out of this mess? Okay. So obviously inspecting anything is not. It would have to be Mr. Hosanaga. He was the one that... It has to be Hosanaga. You've got yourself into a difficult situation here. By entering this cabin uninvited, I mean. Sorry, I was just so desperate to find a clue. I'm afraid there's really nothing more I can do to help you. If I push my luck any further, a punch to the face will be the least of my worries. I'm really sorry. I have to take responsibility for giving you the freedom to investigate Miss Pavlova's cabin. Now this has happened. I'll have to report to the cabin at once.
Nickety7 just subscribed.
Aww,
Thank you.
Thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you, Nikki D. I really need some help here. I need a savior to rescue me from this crisis. Who? Mr. Hello? What the? What are you doing up there? What the fuck? Mr. Sholmes? Naturally, I was analyzing what a weight of 20,000 rubles feel like on one's head. I have not told you that as a detective, it is my business to know what other people do. Not? Why are you wearing a tiara, sir? That's what I... Why are you wearing a tiara? This isn't mere tomfoolery, my boy. Oh, no, no. Well, why were you hanging from that hook before then? Isn't it obvious? To properly assess the weight of the 20,000 rubles naturally, I wish to determine if it would bend that conceited-looking hook on the wall, so full of brag and bounce. Why do you want to square up the hooks on the wall? I never know whether to take this man seriously or not. He's fucking crazy. You again, the great detective. Ah, Inspector. I confess I've been looking for you. I have something to report to you most urgently. Well, you might try looking for me somewhere other than a hook on the wall next time. What is to report? Speak! An urgent report from a great detective can mean but one thing. Yes. The case of the curious murder that took place last night, here on this vessel, the steamship Buria, has been solved. By me, naturally. Oh, really? What? Really? Oh, I'm actually curious to see what he has to say to this. Okay. Yes, I have eliminated all other possibilities. No other explanations exist. Okay. So allow me to illuminate all your minds. For I am about to reveal my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case. Fuck. Okay. Ha, you have solved it. Even Hedgehog understands this case. Okay, look. You want to put me in like some weird ass places, so I don't think you're capable of understanding a complex case. We all knew who was responsible for killing Student Boy this morning when we found criminal in wardrobe. It is this stowaway, and he has handcuffs to prove it. Just because I have handcuffs doesn't mean that I'm innocent. Maybe Naruhodo is into some kinky shit. Handcuffs are kinky. Like, maybe he's into some kinky shit. I didn't do it. The trouble is, there doesn't appear to be anyone else who could have killed the victim. Because as everyone knows, the cabin door was bolted shut from the inside. That means the culprit must be someone who was inside the cabin. Yes, it's what's called a locked room mystery in detective stories. Da! Locked room. That is point. Da. The room was locked. Well, I can't deny that. There's no way the bolt could have been drawn across from outside the cabin. You are all quite mistaken. The cabin next door is not a so-called locked room at all. What? Oh yes, there's another entrance. An entrance used last night by the culprit in order to gain access to the cabin despite the bolted door. I swear to God if he says the vents. What other entrance? We never discovered one. Why? It gapes open mouth at you, even as we speak. The ventilator, man. Okay. Okay. A person can't fit in there, so it's definitely that bitch's pet that she brought that went in there. And that was probably something that he saw. And then... I don't know. If the killer is a ballerina, I'll lose my shit. The ventilator? Yeah. You think this is funny? I cannot even put my arm through that hole, yeah, because you have big arm. Big, strong arm. Biff arm. That's because your arms are as thick as tree trunks. They're thick. Thiccc. You're suggesting that the culprit entered and left the victim's cabin through that tiny opening? It's not possible. Ah, but it is. But last night, the victim even witnessed the intruder in the act of passing through the ventilator. Your pet, Pavlova. Mr. Sholmes, do you mean... Are you referring to the words Kazuma-sama wrote in his diary? I can hear a faint whistling sounds. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. That, if it's a snake, that is one aggressive-ass snake in there. Precisely, my dear madame. But what does it mean? What is this speckled band? The answer to that particular conundrum is in this very cabin. What are you gonna fight? There's no one to fight. Mr. Sholmes, what do you do? Let me at him. I just feel like he's just like ready to fight. There's a distinct element of danger, but fear not, I am ready. What am I about to expose for you all to see will shock you to your cores. Behold! It's a snake. What the? It's a snake. It's a snake. It's a snake! I got it right. Allow me to introduce you all to the band. The speckled band. I swear to God, if the snake killed... No, the snake couldn't have, because if the snake were to kill Kazuma, say like hypothetically it wrapped itself around its neck, then there would be signs of strangulation. Actually. And you would have marks from the tightness of the snake constricting around his neck. So it can't be the snake. The speckled band. A snake? Indubitably. Of course. Uh-huh. It's a snake. Everyone's like, the fuck? So, Mr. Biff, are you okay? Mr. Sholmes, just one thing. Pray, what troubles you? Well, that snake isn't really speckled, is it? It looks more stripy, wouldn't you say? That is true. That is true. It's more, it is more stripy looking. and at a glance, from far, you would think stripy and not speckled. Yes, you're right. I think in this case, you'd have to call it the striped band. Wouldn't you? Probably, yeah. Oh boy, what now, Mr. Sholmes? You both see and observe with distinction. However, do you not think that is precisely the trap into which the culprit wishes you to fall? Oh my goodness, really? It's a trap? But how? That's literally his skin. That's his scales. Like, the fuck? I think perhaps it is time I explain the intricacies of my train of thought. Are you ready, Miss Pavlova? I'm sorry for the young man who died, but that is all. His death has nothing to do with me. This whole thing has nothing to do with me. There are two conclusions I have drawn from the facts. Number one, last night, your friend infiltrated the victim's cabin. Okay. What's number two? And number two, that same friend was responsible for the victim losing his life. I actually disagree with that, because if the snake were to constrict itself on his neck, there would be marks left. No. She's turned white as a bowl of rice again. Sholmes must be right. He's hit the nail on the head. This young woman's friend killed Mr. Asogi? Yeah, bitch. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, you keep him shut. I like this snake already. Fuck you. It looks like he can't speak with that snake coiled around his head. I would advise a little as little movement as possible, Seaman. You wouldn't want the fangs of that long friend in your neck. So everyone, let us begin. Sherlock Holmes is proud to present the Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. Oh boy, okay, court record real quick, because this spectacular, I need a... Okay. Okay, 1 a.m. and a little past 2 a.m. Damage to the cervical vertebrae resulting in instant death. The victim's neck was most certainly broken as a result of a strong blow to the area. No obvious external injuries or traces of poison. So it couldn't have bitten it. It couldn't have strangled it because it would show strangulation marks. And then the victim's neck was almost certainly broken. So if the neck's broken, that means it would have had to, like, literally just, like, slap the shit out of it with its tail. But I don't think the snake's that strong to break a vertebrae. You know how scary that would be? Snake tail whipping, breaking bones. Alright. The Great Deduction. Let's go. Topic 1. Intruder's identity. Miss Pavlova, moments ago you claimed the following. His death is nothing to do with me. The whole thing is nothing to do with me. Yet you cannot deceive yourself. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, your aching heart smarts with pain. I don't think so. And it is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. So we ask, what was the nature of this intruder that stole the victim's cabin on that pretentious night? Why, naturally, it is the friends with which you boarded this vessel. Was it not? Oh, there is a lot I'm gonna have to be doing. As I suspected, another telltale glance. Without doubt, your friend is the writhing serpent we see before us. It is not the serpent. I think the friend is the sea guy, actually. And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary. The victim's written observation on the night in question tell of a speckled band. That is a very aggressive snake. Can you chill? Holy shit. Whereas, regrettably, this specimen's markings do not fit that description in any way. Huh? What explanation can we then give, pray? What was this sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night? No, don't look at me. It has nothing to do with any of this. Oh, but it does. You have the answer to this quandary even now, hidden behind your back. Yes, that which you are trying but failing to conceal. One can only see the snake's sloughed skin? I think that's how it's pronounced? I don't know. Evidently, after the subtle and horrible crime, this most deadly friend of yours. Oh. Shed its original skin? No. Oh. I don't know what you're talking about. See, if I knew that, last night, through the ventilator visible in this cabin, your then speckled friend slithered next door. Using the bell cord in the other side as a bridge, the serpent silently descended into the victim's quarters. In the dim light, it appeared to the young gentleman who was about to lose his life as a speckled band. But he wouldn't have time to write a death note because he died instantaneously from the wound. Just saying. I'm just saying, Mr. Sholmes, that's what it says in the autopsy. In summary, the nature of this friend of yours, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a rare breed of snake, whose markings change each time it sloughs its skin. Oh. Wait, the cervical vertebrae is the head. Yeah, I know, yeah, it's like right in the back of the head, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's the, like, it's located, like, on the neck area. But the snake wouldn't have done it. Would have to, like, slap the shit out of it. So hard. A snake so dreadful, we can only imagine it would be found in the deepest depths of India. Right, so that's... Okay, that's interesting, actually. Do snakes actually do that? Or if there's a breed that does that? Okay, that's interesting. How Mr. Osogi died. Okay. Moving on. I'm actually intrigued to see what he's going to say about this. We come to the heart of the matter. The grim demise of the victim. How did this young man lose his life and why? I love like his animation, so I love that he does that to like close the lights and then tilt his head or his head tilt his hat, just tips it. I love that. How did this young man lose his life and why? According to the data of which I have been apprised, it would appear there were no visible signs of injury. That's the issue, though. That contradicts already. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by terrible venom. He was not poisoned, though, Mr. Sholmes. We probably don't have the autopsy report, so you don't know. It's okay. Now, if we take that as fact, we can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime. Oh, no. Could there be? What? Yes, an examination of the deceased's body will prove the cause of death conclusively. But the almost but not quite imperceptible puncture wounds left by the venomous fangs will seal the truth. But there's no fangs. Yes, the vestiges of the snake bite delivered by your terrifying friend. There's no marks. This makes no sense. There is no point feigning ignorance, Miss Pavlova. After the incident, you endeavored to hide everything, didn't you? But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right, you hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that traveling case. When we first met in this cabin, it came to my attention that your case moved periodically. Your serpent assassin was restless inside, no doubt. You don't... It is telling that the victim made note of a low whistling sound that he heard minutes before his end. That was your signal, was it not? The sound you had used to train your serpent friends. Sholmes is getting into this shit to train? The fuck? Where is he getting this from? Indeed, you'd put the serpent through this ventilator and wait. After a period, you summon it back with a whistle. You wouldn't know if the animal had done its duty, so you would listen for signs of life next door. If the victim appeared to not have been dispatched, you'd release the snake once more. Do you deny this snake has undergone such training? It's not true. Having slithered through the ventilator and down the bell cord, the creature needed only to sink its fangs in once. And its venom would course through the victim's veins, ending his existence forever. You are so wrong, Mr. Sholmes, though. That is the true nature of the speckled band that took the poor young man's life. There could be no doubt. My logic is garbage. Pure garbage. You are wrong. Your knowledge, your logic is garbage here. But whatever. My logic is infallible. Infallible. That you are so wrong. Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of the speckled bands. Alright, so I think this is a good point to stop. That way, when I resume, I know exactly where I left off. Yes. Alright. So I definitely know Ace Attorney, our playthroughs is gonna have like awkward stop points, or like just specific stop points so that I know where to go to stop. And stuff. But whew, that was a mouthful and that was a session. But we're getting closer to like solving this case, and I think pieces are starting to get together for me. So I think things are starting to connect a little bit. But anyways, have an awesome night, get some sleep, don't sleep too late, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.